Grand Rising on this good Monday morning, baby. We got a lot to cover today, lots of video content, and we're going to go ahead and stage dive right on in. Sky Squad, we are back in the building, and this time we are discussing Melody and Martel are dragging each other down to the depths, baby. And Martel has brought his new bae. Oh, yes, it's official into the mix. We'll get into how in just one moment. Now, if you happen to miss part one of this saga, that occurred yesterday. Okay. So go back and watch that video. All sources are included in that video. But now we're going to be discussing what went down last night before the most recent episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And that review is coming up shortly. Okay. So, let's get into exactly what's going on. So after Melody went slam off on Martel, he had decided that he needed to jump back into the mix. So he says, who was watching the kids when you got pregnant twice and had two ... Who was watching the kids when you were performing acts, okay, nasty acts for 6 to 7 years and go on the reunion and say, I can't remember? Who was watching the kids when you were taking flights to DC with the same man, then came back to me being a pro ho? We were done then if I had known all that you did when we even struck a TV deal. Then you're gonna take my infidelity for TV for a freaking storyline. Stupid. Played me. But don't mention nothing your low blow dirty butt did. Now you got the entire country looking at me like it was all me when you played an even bigger part. I'm not done. Who was watching the kids when you were with our attorney who was watching the kids when you were sleeping with my frat brother? Who was watching the kids when you were sleeping with someone I knew personally, all while married? I'm a hoe because I was sleeping with one person. Nope. You're a hoe for having a roster. Your list runneth over. How I found out about the 24 babysitters. My parenting would never allow me to bribe my kids. I'm their father, not a cop, okay? I don't play that crap. My kids are kids around me. If I ask a question, they're going to answer. Bribe? Belt? The prior weekend, the kids shared with me how afraid they were in a hotel being babysat by two college girls because their mom was busy. That's cool. They said the fire alarm went off and they didn't know what to do. My youngest were crying. From there, I asked all the questions, but Peach Cobbler sounds great. Melody Holt, keep talking. Said I was a good dad until we divorced. Being that you didn't make me a good father, being a good father is just who I am. You didn't have time for me and the kids while we were married, same as now. The reason for 24 babysitters. We don't owe each other anything but to be good parents. Y'all actually probably owe it to, the cheering to not do this. Okay. But I mean, that's just my own personal thoughts on the matter. I do not like it when the people, it just eats me up inside because I just feel like y'all are just hurting each other. Okay, but let's keep talking about it because it's out there. Anyway, Martel then says, and then you're saying I'm delaying our court date. How, Sway? Who am I, the dang judge? He says, Melody, stop saying you've walked away from all these friends. They all walked away from your fake ish. Every one of them will say the same things about you. Fake. Stop saying you were sitting back. You went on TMZ calling me out my name, but I'm supposed to ignore. I was showcasing a BB. I'm assuming that's bad B. And you don't know how to react. You keep me in your mouth for a storyline. You have to because nobody wanted to film with you. Now that's some news. Tracking? You're delusional. I guess you weren't around me when I took pictures of you and our attorney's Dan Crane's text message conversation about hooking up while you were married and he was engaged. Let me put this alleged badge down here because I don't know that this to be true. And Mr. Dan, I am sorry to this man. I do not know you, but this is what he said in the messages. So this is what we reading, okay? Alleged, all right? Anyway, um while you were married and he was engaged, while you were in our bed sleep, I guess her phone didn't know about timing out. I bet you remember now that you were around me when I saw your brother had the panorama. Fellas, make sure you check names and numbers because Mel had Negro's number saved as her friends' girls' names and cousins' names too. Gotta actually read those messages. Y'all stop thinking I did all this crazy ish. But I mean, you kind of admitted that you did. Anyway, oh, and none of this is alleged. So, Mel, if I'm lying, sue me. These are facts, and my witnesses are already on board, all while married. Mm, mm, mm. But it goes on. He says, crazy. Therapy was for me to attend with my son because you, Mel, messed my kids up a little by keeping them away for 56 days while falsely accusing their father of hitting my son 25 times and striking him on the head, causing him to bleed. He told you he bumped his head on the table, shaking my head. You didn't call me to see what happened. You were forced to drop that nonsense in court. Melody, who was watching our kids for over an hour when you left them in the car unattended while getting your makeup done? Nobody. A lady had to bang on the place of business door to see whose kids they were. Over an hour. Another reason I want full custody. I would never. Somebody send this to Melody Holt. Happy Sunday. I think it's Melody Sheree now, but anyway, Melody Sheree Holt. He gets it right here. Melody Sheree Holt. I don't need to fly bloggers in. People that know our business and facts about us and what we've done are right here in Huntsville. So let me know the date for the interviews because Mr. Holt is well prepared. Why are you coming from Marceau when our mutual friends Alonda, Judy, and Destiny, etc., know you were effing and slurping other Negroes while married to me, and I'm not mad at them? Who gonna check me, boo? Of course he's gonna reference his bae, but this ain't even where he bring her up at. That comes in later. Stick around, okay? And so anyway, now it's Melody's turn. She said, I said it yesterday and I must say it again. Keep going to social media and I'm going to get that ASS every single time, no matter the day of the week. So let's get into it. Okay. She says, first of all, quit getting all your females to type your horrible posts. Everybody with the least amount of sense can tell these are female vibe posts. You accidentally even screenshotted the text in blue not too long ago. Heck, I remember how you used to want me to type up stuff for you all the time. And I had to tell you eventually, I ain't your secretary. Not getting somebody to write your reads, baby. I mean, listen, maybe if you're a busy CEO and you trying to read your ex-wife or something like that, maybe you need a little maybe you need somebody else to write the reads for you, because he's busy with the wine and stuff like that. I hope he got his builder's license. I really, really do, because I want the man to be successful. Because I mean, when the people are successful, then the family thrives. Anyway, she says, first of all, we already said that. Anyway, she said Washington, D.C., referring to his earlier post about her allegedly being with somebody in Washington, D.C. She says, man, maybe you forgot. The only person in Washington, D.C. has been you. Maybe you forgot about the dance instructor who exposed you sometime last year, sending her thousands of dollars at a time. You even posted when you were in D.C. And then she hit me up because you played her and she was upset and felt taken advantage of. I'm going to save the evidence for my event, though, because it's special. Can I ask y'all a question? Why is it now? I don't know about this, and I don't, this situation is alleged as I've stated, but she said she got the proof, so I guess maybe it's not alleged. I really don't know. But my question is really a general question. For the men that do cheat and then they have a whole nother woman, why do you pay for more than one woman? I mean, I don't know about me and my. I mean, I just be thinking about my finances and stuff like that, and like you are, you want you. I mean, like that's a lot of money to be throwing every which way. I mean, that's just a lot. I mean, when you think about it, you know what I'm saying? But if you the chick on the side and you getting some coin out of it, I mean, I guess that's sometimes better than maybe having a job. I don't know. I don't know. So anyway, she goes on to say, ever notice how when men get caught up and you leave them, all of a sudden you a hoe, but just 4 to 5 weeks ago you was begging me to take you back. Mel, you know we soulmates. I told you then, and I meant every word. It's a hell to the no for me, and God bless you on your journey. Okay. She says, I've been called a hoe for 2 seasons now. Where are the receipts? Okay. I called you a cheater, a hoe, father of a child outside of the marriage, and the facts are clear as day. Where are the lies? You, on the other hand, 1 minute you on a panel talking about you ain't air my ish out like you were protecting me. Now you're admitting to if I had known then before a TV deal, if double-minded was a person, it'd be your face beside it. I've said it and I'll say it again. December 2017, I left you. Yup, got an apartment and was speaking with an attorney in Huntsville about divorce. Yup, met someone during that time, but we never had the relations. And as far as the other intimate moments, I understand you mad, but I just ain't never seen a dude worried about something that ain't even his no more. I would be careful of the lies and assumptions you type, mister, because whew, you are making this easy. She says, I had my daughter on December 2019. I'm not even leaving the house because I have a newborn. And there's a panoramic that hits, and everybody's scared for their lives, not knowing what this is. Well, except for you. I'm in the house. But I found the courage to go out the house and get pregnant by somebody. I understand the projection from a narcissist, though, because that's exactly what you did. Yikes. She then says, then gonna drop that dang unpermitted recording to a blogger trying to make the world think that when in 2017 that you found out in 2017 we weren't together. But I get that you think people always belong to you, wanting the world to think that you held some deep secret or some stuff. Nah, we had a convo in 2020 because you asked a question and I gave you an answer. Y'all better start doing a better job and ask for proof from these folks. Make them show y'all those back dates and those pics and record on those pics and recordings. I literally sat back and watched you make a whole tour of the city trying to dog and comfort me and turn people against me. And I just step back and let you have them. But the real ones ain't blinded by your manipulation. And one thing about my kids, they are highly intelligent and they ain't about to lie. You are exactly what I said you are. I ain't got to coach. I ain't got to do nothing. I ain't gotta and ain't going to because I actually care about my karma, boo. Now, this is going to come up a bit later. So bookmark this moment right here about the kids, okay? Because I'm gonna come back to this in a bit. Now she says, and heck yeah, I ask people why they trust their spouses around you. One you was just with is giving his wife HE double hockey sticks, and now they going through a divorce. Then you sending all these other pics of women from exotic women's sites, knowing they're married but smiling in their wives' faces. Don't worry, bloggers. I'm gonna let you see it, baby. She says, didn't I tell y'all this is gonna be the event of the year? Make it the event of the century. She says, and man, if you don't stop with this, she was messing with our attorney mess. You've been saying it for years. Prove it. Your little flirty text message you got from going in my phone and taking a picture of it, crazy. I don't care about that. My boy, I was done with you and I can do some over the phone flirting if I want to with who I want to. You had a whole chick pregnant at the time. Mad because you can't have me. I know, baby. Didn't I tell y'all this is going to be the event of the year? Make it the event of the century. And then apparently some friends was DMing her over the lies that said, you ain't never been nobody's hoe. I remember chatter online like she probably got her a side Negro too, having to shut that down quickly. And she says, and you're right, what they see on TV ain't the real. You, the one in real life, is worse. and so many people have witnessed your terrible behavior. I really don't even know why you still on OWN's payroll. I literally had to stop filming Behind Every Man in the fall of 2020 because she had been left him, because you came to my set, started some mess, got in the faces of people that are working with me, pushed one of them, all recorded and on video, shaking my head with several people witnessing. And I ain't said nothing about it. I had to walk outside, cry and all, and then go back in and still work that job still. So wait a minute. This man came up to the set of the OWN, okay, allegedly, and wrecked shop up in there, okay, pushing the folk, allegedly. The behind the scenes of these shows, I mean, can you imagine the footage? Anyway, she says everything I say, I can prove and I will prove. That's the difference. I ain't gotta lie. And she says, and for everybody asking, I promise I'm still smiling. I'm still good. I still feel amazing. God is still amazing, etc., etc. And married, what? Who? This tells me that's what you've been doing, always projecting. Man, these lies are funny because I promise I'm going to hold on to them. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And yet again, has anybody asked yet why there's all this smoke for me and none for you know who? I'm wondering if you know who is Miss Arion. And Mel says, because whew, it's been so much said from that end that's just as explicit as all get out. And all I heard was crickets. If this ain't misery, child, wait a minute. These ain't no mutual friends, boo. I guess referring to his past messages about their mutual friends. She says, these your people. And if they said it, they lying. Where's the proof with dates on it for accuracy? Not lies y'all done came together to make up, my boy. I wonder if she's talking about the Scots here. Who is the friends? Or is she talking about the Destiny? I don't really know. Anyway, because he did mention quite a few people earlier. And then she says, and let me be clear, anybody I talked to when I left you, because you was a hoe, I don't care. Get that through that tiny brain, okay? And you throwing out names. Didn't you text this same name to your friend's wife when trying to expose him? Now you naming her and her mama as witnesses for you? Y'all crazy as HE double, and that's why I stay away. Get some character about yourself. I wonder who they talking about here. And I dang sure ain't worried about nobody you naming to speak on on your behalf who I helped during their own situation. Now, this, my assumption is about Destiny, but I don't really know because she says, I ain't worried about nobody you naming to speak on your behalf who I helped during their own situation, because we know that both Melody and Destiny have admitted to Melody helping Destiny during that period of time. But I mean, low key, it was Martel that brought Destiny into this conversation. And then she says the biggest lie of it all. And so here's, someone commenting about this whole situation, because they said on the panel he was calling you his 85% and Coleslaw his 15%, a true liar. And then she says, now after this, I'm done for the day, no matter what, because at the end of the day, I got a lot of orders to pack. Thank y'all. Make sure y'all get y'all 7th Avenue skincare products and get your Inez wine, because I want them. I want them all to to succeed and things. Anyway, she says, and I already told y'all where I'm spilling the tea with undeniable receipts. Listen, okay, we need to be in that building. Anyway, because after these next 2 slides, if y'all still don't believe this Joker will lie and make up some stuff, then I don't know what to tell you. Heck, I saw him lie to me on TV, all for how many years? So apparently this was, I'm just going to summarize these text messages for you, because I have gone over this information several times before I have put it onto the video. And it's essentially a text message, I'm assuming, from Melody's cousin to her. And it's about Martel, asking the court allegedly, and then we say all commentary is alleged, to come to one of the young baby's birthday parties or something of that nature. And then after asking for permission to come, then he allegedly does not show up. And these text messages, which you guys can read and blow up at your leisure, do assert this point. Okay. And so that's what the text messages are about. Now, Martel clapped back, okay, late into the midnight hours, okay? I don't know. It was late into the evening. I don't know. Sometime last night. Anyway, he said, 5 weeks ago, I begged you back. The same time I was walking my girl's dog. I'm going to help you get to the bottom of it. Let me say it. I don't want you. Now, I'm sure Sheree's sitting around somewhere like, now, why am I in it? Okay. Now, was it 5 weeks ago? The day was pictured by the paparazzi doing the photo shoots with the dogs. Was it 5 weeks ago? I guess maybe it could have been 5 weeks ago. I don't know. Time flies when you're having fun. Okay. But note he says my girl's dog. So to me, it's Instagram official right now, baby. Martel and Sheree. He said my girl. Okay. No wonder Miss Ariane was in a tizzy because, well, never mind, because she had said that the man was just texting her, emailing her or something like that. Martel's a busy man. Anyway, allegedly. He says, Mel, of course I used to have you write for me. I resigned you from being a freaking teacher. That's the least you could have done. No, I'm gonna take credit for your success. Okay. Anyway, he says, don't get it twisted. I had enough smarts to resign from being a teacher 4 to 5 months later. I said to you after you were complaining about teaching, baby, quit today. I got you. What was that? 2010. So I definitely can write my own ish. Yep, I'm having to stoop to your level to defend myself, and I ain't stopping. Mel, it would have been hard for me to have someone write about my ex-wife and her many escapade partners while married to me. A little embarrassing, wouldn't you say? While I wrote and came up with all those facts myself. Sheree didn't assist. She was busy shopping in the Miami. Now, to be quite truthful, I don't think that Melody mentioned Sheree by name when she said a female was writing your post. I just assumed she meant that he had maybe phoned a friend. I don't know, but I didn't assume naturally that she was talking about Sheree. But Martel then brought Sheree up into it because that's his girl. That's what he's saying allegedly. And so anyway, now this is the part that you guys are going to have to go to Martel's page for yourself to hear. I'm going to give you guys this is what he wrote. He says, listen to this audio. Melody has done this for years. This is actually a video, but I'm giving y'all only audio. This is my 10-year-old, my firstborn, last year telling her father something a child should never hear. Yep, I cried after this discussion. If y'all knew the real Mel, you wouldn't follow or be a fan. Hashtag no peach cobbler needed. Okay, so it is a voice recording of Martel and one of his children, and in the audio, okay, I guess it is the young baby telling Martel that Melody explained to them about Martel stepping out of the marriage, and basically the young baby is saying, and I say the young baby because I feel like, I'm not going to play the audio because it's a child, and so it's not my child. And for me, no judgment to anybody else that plays it because I don't judge people. Y'all know I do not critique other commentators. I don't judge other commentators. I show love and support to other commentators. It's just not something I'm not comfortable with because it's not my child. So with that being said, and the person we're talking about is under the age of 18. So that's another thing for me. It's my own personal thing. Listen, and I apologize for those of you guys who don't who want the audio, you got to go to the site and hear it. But anyway, to me personally, as I listened to the audio, it sounded as though it was a conversation that was being had that maybe um maybe I'm assuming Melody had with the kids to explain maybe why they were not together. And I think there was a reference to like therapy, but I cannot recall. So you guys will have to listen to this for yourself. Um, I personally felt like this was a little much for me. Um, it went a step in a direction that I felt like this has already gotten very deep into a place where I feel like it's going to be hard to ever come back from. But I guess that audio, I don't think that I would have gone there. Personally, but I'm not in this situation, so it's easier for me to critique from afar, and I will readily admit that to you guys. And sometimes, even with this story, it's difficult to talk about, but it is because if we don't talk about it now, then things that happen on the show and things that are happening while the show is taking place will not make sense if we're not caught up on exactly what's happening between the two of them. My personal wish for this entire family unit is that maybe a group family dynamic therapy session can happen, or at least a co-parenting um, counseling regimen can happen, so that at least the two of them can be on the same page about, okay, well, we can keep the drama to the show, only because I feel like they're hurting each other at this point. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want either one. I feel like they might both come back and look at this and regret it. And I know that they're both probably happy doing their own things, but I just tell from this is me as the emotional Cancer person that I am. And when I say Cancer, that's my zodiac sign. So that's just how I feel about it. But y'all let me know how you guys feel in the comments down below. We will catch you guys in um the Real Housewives of Atlanta review. And then you guys can also catch up on part 1 of this in this video right here that came out yesterday. So make sure you guys keep it locked onto the channel, because we will be diving into a lot more, and we will catch you guys in the next.